Why, hello. I didn't see you there. Don't mind me. I'm just relaxing. So hi, you like my mug? I like my mug. Today, I'm gonna be showing you guys this little baby. If there's anything we all need right now as a society, it's to relax a little bit. The end of the world has been very stressful for all of us. So this week, instead of a normal speed paint, I am going to be showing you guys my first sketchbook. It is very bad. This is the first sketchbook that I ever completed, ever. And I completed it in May of 2018. Do you guys know how old I was in May of 2018? This is super embarrassing. Okay, Google, if I am 21 now, how old was I in May of 2018?
Here's what I found.
Useless. I was 19. That's pretty bad, you guys. I didn't complete a full sketchbook until I was 19. I've been drawing my whole life. I have no excuse. So many people are like, yeah, I started drawing whenever I was 16. And it's like, they complete sketchbooks when they're 16. But I have been drawing since I exited the womb. Don't be like me. Complete one of these earlier than that. It's good for you. It helps with your mileage. Completing a sketchbook makes you so proud of yourself. There's some empty pages in here. There's some pages where it's like not finished at all. If you complete a sketchbook, don't worry about there being bad pages or empty pages, because here's the thing. If nothing else, whenever you have a sketchbook that's bad and there's empty and incomplete pages, you can make it into a YouTube video. When you watch this video, please turn off ad block and enable ads. All right, so now we're just gonna get into this, and I'm gonna be putting on some relaxing aesthetic spa music. So you can sit back and watch this video while you like vibe or while you draw. I absolutely encourage you to draw in your sketchbook while watching the sketchbook tour. I hope you can look at the sketchbook tour and look at your sketchbook and think, wow, I can draw better than that. It's a Call of Duty Ghosts shirt. Do you like it? I love it. There's actually gonna be a video on that pretty soon, so if you wanna have tie-dyed things, you should watch me bleach tie-dye stuff maybe next week. I don't know when it's gonna come out. All right, let's do a sketchbook tour. Do you guys appreciate the amount of effort I put in to make the shot look aesthetic? Here is my sketchbook. You can see I have weird stickers of bird people on the front. This one is very accurate. There's a sticker of me and my cat. And on the back, I have some Nightfall. And then I have these really cute Fall Out Boy stickers that I got from someone on Etsy. I can't remember who did them right now, but I will have their name like up on the screen. They shipped them out like super quick, and they even had like little doodles in there with them. I love them so much. I hate how water damaged the sketchbook got just because like my stickers got a little bit messed up, but I'll probably just buy some more. They also have some for like MCR and I think 21 Pilots, so I'm gonna have to get some more stickers from them. So here are the first pages. You can tell that it says May 2018, and I did a little drawing of myself on the front. And then I drew some rubies. I've got a Pyrrha, and this guy is actually an OC of mine. He's for a comic that's sort of like this Victorian war thing. He's like the apprentice to an esteemed diplomat. It's a comic that I really want to work on at some point, but it involves a lot of deep philosophy and thinking, and I just don't think that I'm prepared right now to write it or draw it. I feel like later on, once I have more life experience, it will be a lot better. So here I drew myself from a couple years ago as a dude. I guess I can kind of try to hold stuff up to the camera. And here is just a sheet of pearls. I drew the cast of Voltron in suits. I drew this at a lake, so I didn't have reference of any of them. So a lot of them look pretty weird. Lance looks pretty much nothing like himself. Pretty much none of them look like themselves in this drawing. It's definitely not my favorite. Some girls. I drew this last Mermaid. It's my other dude from the Victorian story. His name is Ichabod, by the way, because I like the legend of Sleepy Hollow. Here are some ladies and some dudes. Just kind of trying to practice figure drawing, even though like not really. Okay, this was gonna be really cool if I ever finished it. I should probably do like a full-size digital print of this idea because I like it. It's just like Spider-Man sitting on a building, and then when you flip it, it's supposed to be him and Aunt May at Ben Parker's grave. And Peter is crying hysterically, but it kind of like has this diagonal composition going on. I liked it. I did it after seeing Spider-Man Homecoming. It's just like really sad. I don't know if I should finish it because it's just... So here are some characters from a comic of mine that I haven't written yet either. I actually worked on this comic quite a bit. I even started writing it. I made about, I don't know, 12 pages for it. I actually really liked it, but again, I just don't think I can manage a comic right now. This girl here is Orchid. She's like a random demon monster. She has horns and cloven feet. This is Paul. He is a spider boy, and this is Randler. He is like a bat boy. He's very cute. Paul and Randler are brothers. I also really like this illustration here. It really shows off their vibe. Orchid is saying, I know exactly where we're going. They're honestly such a trio. They're some of my favorite characters that I've ever made. They have a strong dynamic, and eventually Orchid kind of becomes like Paula and Randler's adopted sister. It's very cute, wholesome. Just a bunch of orchids. I did like one of the expression meme things for her. The way I designed Orchid was I basically took, this is stupid, all of the sort of tendencies that I have whenever I design female characters, and I just sort of like leaned into them. She's sort of how I naturally draw characters, because for a comic I want a character that I can like draw over and over again without much trouble. Here's my kids again. I'm being very fashionable. Orchid is like very punk. Paul has a like big motorcycle energy. He actually likes to work on cars and fix motorcycles. And Randler is like a sporty boy. He likes soccer and that sort of thing. Here's some Full Metal Alchemist fan art alongside some random Randlers. He's just a cute little bad boy, but he also really does have cat energy. That wasn't unintentional, but it also wasn't necessarily intentional. So here is my trio's treehouse. Orchid is like kind of an orphan girl. She's an orphan, but it's because her dad is evil and she ran away from him. So she kind of just like took over the boys' treehouse during the winter when they weren't using it, and then whenever they went to their treehouse again in the summer, they found Orchid living there, and they were like, well, hi. They call it Elms Deep because they're nerds. Here's some Pauls, and here is my friend's cockatiel. His name is Sam. He's very cute. So when I drew this, I was on call with my boyfriend really late at night, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna work in my sketchbook. What should I draw? And he was like, draw all the My Hero Academia characters as animals. And I was like, sure. So here we have Midoriya, Bakugo, Ida, Uraraka, I can't pronounce her name ever, Todoroki, All Might, Sue, she's just a normal frog, Momo, Kirishima, I can't remember the bird guy's name right now. Oh, I feel bad. In Kirishima, I just made a brick. So here's some more stuff for my comic. We have Iris, Paul, and Randler, and then we have Paul and Randler's mom. Here's some Nightfall stuff. Sometimes I still draw Nightfall stuff. For those of you that don't know, I had a comic that I made for about one chapter called Nightfall, and I still really love it, but I just couldn't figure out what I wanted to do with it or where I wanted to go with it. I have so many ideas, but they are for the latter part of the story, so I have stopped making it at this point, but eventually I'll probably resume Nightfall. Hopefully this time with a much better plot and with the characters a little bit more developed. Here's just some visual development kind of stuff for Sweeney Hollow, which is what I'm calling the comic. I got the idea from my friend. It's just a freaking reference to Sweeney Todd and Sleepy Hollow. It's supposed to be the name of the town that they live in. It's just supposed to be like a Cartoon Network sort of vibe thing where a lot of the names of things are puns, and it's very fun and cute. Inspired by a lot of like 70s and 80s horror camp, like B-movie stuff. And of course, super inspired by Scooby-Doo. I watched so much Scooby-Doo growing up, but this is sort of their treehouse again. And here is what I think is supposed to be Paul and Randler's house, and a cemetery that they hang out in sometimes, because that's what kids do apparently. And just Main Street. Here's some Stevens, because I think I was watching season 3 of Steven Universe whenever I worked on the sketchbook. And here's just some sloppy me's from a couple years ago. I was wearing really baggy, messy clothes and had art blocks, so I decided to draw myself. Here's some more Steven Universe stuff. I have a very intense rose quartz, just, you know, the gang. And here's just some little studies. I was kind of trying to work on like values and stuff here, but as you can tell, you can't really see what's going on in this one. Values were definitely still something I didn't quite grasp whenever I was working on the sketchbook. Here's some more little backgrounds. It's just like a nice little cat in an alleyway. Here's some more of my beebs. I really like this drawing of Orchid actually. So here, I actually just found a bunch of really swanky pictures of Jeff Goldblum and I wanted to draw them. I just couldn't draw people very well here, so here's more orchids in a swimsuit because yes, we do stand body positivity. And here are some fish that my friend had. I can't remember what kind of fish they are, but they're like little diamonds, especially when you look at them straight on. They are like so cute. Here's a nice little action pose shot page that I meant to finish and never did, so maybe one of these days. Here I just drew some girls from Pinterest, kinda sorta. Just wanted to draw some rocky girls. And here's another very attractive lady. Here's a cute little exercise that I think her name is Dina Norland on YouTube. She's like one of my favorite illustrators. She has the coolest style. She works with mostly like traditional medium and colored pencil and it always looks so good. Like, oh my gosh, she can do amazing things. Please go check her out because what an inspiration. An exercise that she does a lot is like taking 2 or more animals and kind of using them to inspire a new character design. These are not very good, but I did want to try it. So this top one is a mountain goat, a kangaroo, and a dromedary. I can't remember how to pronounce that. And this bottom one is a capybara, a mink, and an ox. I think they ended up kind of cute, but they still definitely look derivative of other animals. And the point of this is to sort of like not mix together animals, but use their shape and anatomy to inspire a new creature. This might also be a Dina Norland thing. I know it's something that so many people do with their sketchbook. They just draw a bunch of shapes with some kind of colored marker or whatever, and then they draw creatures around them. I like doing shaped cats. Very fun little exercise to do. Here's just some random girls. Again, attempting to draw full bodies here and kind of failing. Just drawing some arms, trying to get musculature right. You can see my proportions with the arms are not great. Here I am getting a little bit more comfortable with drawing full bodies. I referenced a lot of these off of Pinterest. Again, more reference things off Pinterest. Attempting to figure draw and get a little bit better. As you can see, I don't really focus on the face much in figure drawing. I just want to get the body and the pose right. So this page, I don't know how to explain this. There's no explanation for it other than it was 3 a.m. and I was again on the phone with my boyfriend. And I don't know how I started drawing eggplants like this, but I did. Is that not terrifying? I just don't like it. I don't know why I did it. Here, I don't know how many of you actually follow me on Instagram or whatever, but I have a character named Quintessa that you guys probably see once in a while over there. I am kind of trying to redesign her here. This is from years ago. Another mermaid, because I'm pretty sure it was still mermaid. I don't really participate in mermaid, but I like drawing them sometimes. Then you have Hiyori and Yato from Noragami, because I love Noragami. It's like my favorite manga, even though I'm super behind. So here's more Quintessas. I wanted to see how this whole design would work. A lot of this design is sort of the essence of her current design. So here is actually Paul and Randler's mom, and her name is Cat. Why not? Sometimes you just want to make a cat girl she's really just a cat. Here's some Lady Noir, because I was watching Miraculous Ladybug. Also Miraculous Ladybug stuff. Here's Rose Quartz and Pearl, or should I say Pink Diamond and Pearl. Here's a little thing I did when Storm in the Room came out, because I don't know, I really liked that episode. It was really nice. It's, again, for those who don't know, a Steven Universe episode. Here's some maze. It's whenever I changed my username to Prickly Alpaca, and I sort of wanted to like find some branding that works with that. Here's just a little archer boy. Sort of wanted to make like a Robin Hood inspired character, and I just did a one-off kind of thing. Didn't really stick around. And here's a cool lion that I drew. I actually still really like this. And here's another cool thing that I really liked. A lady and a wolf. I don't know, I feel like there was something that I watched or read that inspired this. Here's some Edward Elric's. Looking not that great. Okay, spoilers, but here I was designing Orchid's dad a little bit. He's not like traditionally evil, he is just sort of like a bit twisted and corrupt and selfish. Not really thinking of people as people. Here's some more Quintessas. I actually really like this little doodle. I think it really just captures her vibe. The whole story has like changed a lot, so. But the overall proportions of this design, like poncho, sort of tunic, shorts, and tall boots, that's definitely stayed. Hair has changed a lot though. Now I pull it back into a little ponytail. Alright, here's Matthias. He's also part of like the Quintessa story. He's like a vampire and kind of an outcast, but Quintessa sort of takes him in. Here's Quintessa and Theo. Theo was supposed to be her brother, but I kind of decided to make her have more of like a brother relationship with Matthias instead, and now Theo is just a knight. I also wanted to diversify the cast a little bit with my races. Theo is now Theron. Therans are just sort of the animal people in my comic. Anyone who sort of has like an animal trait is considered Theron. It's sort of my version of being a faunus, like they have faunus and ruby. He's a faun, Theron. So it sort of includes like fawns, centaurs, cat and dog people, mermaids, mer people, that kind of vibe. So this page is just kind of a mess. This is actually the person who did the stickers on the outside of it. I saved the little envelope they sent. Their packaging is literally so sweet and cute. They have a Bob Ross. I always keep stuff like this whenever people send me art and that sort of thing. Look at how cute is that? I have a random Deku illustration in here that I never finished and will likely never finish. I don't know why. Here I have some Brooklyn Nine-Nine fan art. I have Kevin and Raymond being Kevin and Raymond. I love Kevin. Look at him. Here's some more Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Jake and Amy, Gina. I love the scene from the dinner party episode where she's just talking to all of the psychologists and she's just like, I am the Paris of people, and they're so intrigued by that, so I drew it. I love that. Here's more Theo and Quintessa. I really like how they look here. They're really cute. So here's just some random like sort of headshots I drew of random characters and like Nightfall. Here's just a bunch of Voltron fan art. Back when Voltron was considered good. Here's some more Quintessas and just some randomness. I do really like this little doodle with the roses. I don't know what the story of this is. I think there was one whenever I drew it, but I don't remember now. Just like a little cat running up some stairs in a forest. I was playing around with acrylics in my sketchbook, as you do. A bunch of Ruby stuff. Dang, I like this John a lot. Queer Eye. My boys. None of them look good. I had to draw Karamo like several times. He's so beautiful. I can't draw him right. Here's just some friends. Some Dekus and Urarakas, even though they don't really look right. Here's some more shaped cats that I drew. Here's some cute girls. I apologize. It's a little bit lewd. I really love all the pink. Here's some bad self-portraits, and then I drew some food. I drew Rhett and Link. I liked this one. I thought it would be funny if he was trying to like eat a burger through his mask. Tony is like, what is happening? Here's all my characters from my like Viking comic with Quintessa, and here's sort of a lineup of the four of them. I have added more characters to their lineup now. A bunch of Quintessas done in watercolor. I had fun with poses here. I got some markers that were pretty fun to mess around with, so I drew Spider-Man and a random girl and Blink and Yang. Some Yang rubies. Me draw my friends again, and then I drew me Korasami. Here's when Trench came out from 21 Pilots. I love Trench so much. Here's some more 21 Pilots inspired stuff. I drew Josh in a bishop outfit for some reason. And I drew the car from Heavy Dirty Soul. I don't know if that's the actual car. I don't think it is, but anyway. More OCs. Just them being cute. You know, that's it. Nightfall stuff. Again, them being cute. I was figure drawing some wolves. I draw wolves a lot whenever I'm bored because I used to only draw wolves, so they're a very, very comfortable thing for me to draw. I really don't like how this one looks. I don't know what that is. I really don't like a lot of what's on this page. I don't think it looks good. Here's some other Viking characters from the comic. They're just some teachers. It's a husband and wife team. They're cute Vikings. These I had like a lot of fun with. I just wanted to draw some like cute designs. I like them. I was doing some pointillism too. Here's some more doodles. I think I was drawing this at the DMV one time because I had to go to the DMV and wait forever. So I had some time to draw a page in my sketchbook. Okay, here is the 21 Pilot stuff. I loved working on these so much. I posted these on like my Tumblr. People seem to like them. That got me drawing music people. I drew Patrick Stump and Hosier and Gerard Way, of course. And then I drew my boyfriend. Then I drew like all of my little characters with their sort of like profiles on the side. I don't know. I really love the way Ashton came out looking in this. I think I need to go back to drawing her with this much hair. Some Naruto stuff because even though it had been years since I watched Naruto, it didn't stop me from drawing more Naruto fan art. I think here I was trying to design a My Hero Academia OC. I don't know. More Naruto. Just some cute characters. I don't know. Some Dekus. I drew Deku in a hoodie that I have because I thought it was cute. Just some characters that I sketched during history class. Here's supposed to be Matthias's evil vampire mom. I really like this doodle I did of her. Again, I think I did that in my history class or my orientation class. I don't know. And here's Matthias. I was drawing Tyler and Josh, but sorry Josh, I never finished drawing you. An assassin dude that I never finished drawing. So here's a newer member of Quintessa's team. Her name is Poppy. She is a mage and an alchemist, and I love her personality so much. She's like so devious. Science is cooler than the safety of people. That's her and Theo. I started drawing her with like little braids that went up like the Wendy's girl. I don't know, I think it's cute. Some Theo and Quintessa. Jean and Pyrrha, because I love drawing Jean and Pyrrha. Just being an action couple. Here's an illustration of Quintessa that I really like, even though it's her old design. This is whenever I started using watercolors more in my sketchbook, just cause. And here is Peter Parker in Deku's hero outfit and Deku in Peter Parker's Spider-Man outfit. I just thought it was cute. Here's me trying to design Zahara. This was supposed to be Matthias. This was supposed to be Theo. This is where the sketchbook gets a little bit I drew Rhett and Link again. This is from whenever I first watched the first season of She-Ra. I thought they were so cute. I also loved Bow and Glimmer. I drew a Bow and Glimmer here. I was supposed to draw Quintessa here and didn't. I started drawing the Stranger Things kids during biology class and didn't finish. Here's more Tony and Spider-Man, and then more MJ and Spider-Man. That homecoming was really cute. More Quintessas. I'm kind of liking more how she looks here, but like not super pleased still. Here's just a comic. I don't know. I didn't like it, so let's not dwell on that. Some Ruby people. Ruby and Yang and Weiss and Blake, and then Renora. Another casual Ruby. I really like this page still. One of Theodore's responsibilities with the little team is to provide them with like food and nourishment. So I started making little recipes and stuff because I think that he would be really organized with his recipes. I don't know, they're not very accurate and they would probably not taste good, but I thought it was cute. Here's some of my characters that I drew like on paper. I feel like drawing on office paper for me for some reason. Things come out better than they do on sketchbook paper sometimes. I don't know why. I just drew a lot of me and my boyfriend because this is where I first cut my hair really short and I looked like an anime boy. Look at me looking like an anime boy. Here's just Quintessa and Matthias and Theo in modern fashion clothes. Here I did like one page of Gortober. I never really intended to do any more, but I like this one though. He's just saying, I'm terribly sorry, because he's a zombie and sometimes his guts fall out and it's like, oops, didn't mean to. And here's a bunch of Ruby stuff. I actually really like how a lot of this came out. I feel like there was a lot of time between some of these pages and this, because I was in the middle of my first semester of college here and I didn't have a lot of time to draw. And my degree isn't like an art-based degree. I just legit was doing academic classes and had zero time to do art. Hunk and Pidge, more Hinge things, just because I thought it was cute. With acrylic paint. And here are some petals from some roses that I gave to my boyfriend like the first year we started dating. Because listen, y'all, boys can like flowers too. Send some flowers to your boyfriend once in a while. They appreciate it. And that's it. There's the sketchbook, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching my sketchbook tour. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I know that it's not a normal art video, and hopefully I'll have a more thorough normal art video next week. I know I said that this last week, but college has just kind of been a lot. Not just the work, but a lot of times focusing so much of my energy in an area that isn't art really kills any motivation I have to do an illustration or do art, because it feels like I'm just going to be interrupted and won't really be able to be consistent with making illustrations and art. I'm definitely trying to change that a lot this semester, but it is still a struggle to be able to do school all week and then have to illustrate and edit a YouTube video on top of normal client work. So I'm trying to rest more and have more of like a weekend to myself so that I can socialize and not go crazy, because the world is just kind of a lot right now. So I'm gonna try to get as much interesting content as I can to you guys for the coming months. But if I don't have a full illustration ready every week, please forgive me. I want to get back into doing YouTube pretty much every week for the foreseeable future. So from my perspective, if I have to have a couple of weeks that aren't perfect to sort of stay on track with in the future having more content for you guys, then I think that's okay. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have a sketchbook tour and you want people to see it, I don't know, my Instagram is prickly_alpaca_art. I would love to see your sketchbooks and watch tours. So if you want to make one and you're scared that no one else will see it, if you want to send it to me, you have at least one person that will watch your sketchbook tour. Sketchbooks are wonderful. I suggest that everyone keep one. That way, even if you are in school and you're busy, or you're working a ton every day, or you're a professional and you just don't have a lot of time for personal art, you have a place that is yours and no one else's. Thank you all so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you like what you see here. It really helps me out and will help me to continue to put out weekly content. My videos go up every Monday. Thank you guys so much for watching till the end, and I will see you next week.